Hey everybody, this is Downwhere, and I decided to come up with a new feature I like to call Plucked From Obscurity! In case you haven't noticed, on WCReplays.com, there's not really any audio commentators left. There's me, and there's Sasuke, and then Orange came back. And of course, those other two guys are definitely awesome, but we need more people doing audio commentaries. I also realized something else, that if we went by System Shark's little criteria for who can do audio commentaries, I would never have been able to do any of them. Now, that may not be a good thing to you, but I think it's bullshit. This is bullshit! There, a little Matthew reference. Anyway, I'm going to look at System Shark's criterias for what makes a good audio commentator, and we'll go take it point by point. Try not to go for 15 minutes off about some tangent. It's just annoying to the listeners. Yes, I would never do that. Let's see what else he has here. Don't swear too much, and absolutely no racial slurs. Don't talk about the Jews. It's up to the coordinators to approve these suckers, so if you don't want to have wasted hours of your time, make sure it's acceptable. Profanity is a sign of ignorance, and no one takes advice from ignorant people seriously. Well, hey, thanks for that vote of confidence. So anyway, yeah, I think that it's kind of shitty that I never would have gotten a chance, according to these criterias. I did get a chance, and as you can see, I'm the master of awesome, so, you know, it all worked out. So anyway, enough babbling. I decided I wanted to feature some of the member audio commentaries if I find them interesting. If I find them entertaining, usually if it's like something out of the ordinary, I'll find it entertaining, or just if you're just really good at doing audios, whatever. I figured this is my chance to give back to the community and help people out and get some more hits on my YouTube page. My first choice for an audio to feature is Creedo, or as his forum name is, Bob Marley. I don't see the connection there, but anyway, he has a pretty interesting strategy in this. It's Necropolis First. I thought this was entertaining, so I'm going to put it up on my YouTube page, and hopefully it'll get more exposure that way. For anyone else who's interested in getting one of your audios featured on my YouTube page, besides posting it in member audios, you can also do that, or you can email me at downwhere@gmail.com, and I'll see what I can do. So anyway, enough babbling, let's get to this audio commentary.
What is up, Warcraft Replays? It is Creedo doing his second audio commentary. Not copyright anything still, but it's my second audio commentary. I know, you're absolutely thrilled. Alright, I have an exciting game for you. You know, I read the two comments on my last audio commentary, and you know, they were from, you know, two people, and you know, that kind of made me sad. But you know, that's okay, because I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch more comments on this one, because I'm going to be showing you the secrets of a strategy that I pretty much guarantee you've never used. The Necropolis First strategy. Necropolis First has a long history and is a wonderful strategy if you know what you're doing. And hopefully by the end of this audio commentary, you will know what you were doing, because guess what? It's a fun strategy, and on these maps, it's very viable. I guess I could delve a little bit into the history of the Necropolis First strategy. When I was hanging around Clan Envy for a while, a few years ago, I got some time to talk to their, like, undead players and play with them a little bit. You know, I think it was Deuce, Goddard, and, like, a few other players. And Very Ape. Very Ape was the first one I really knew who did this strategy kind of on a consistent basis. His original creation, I mean, I'm sure he didn't originally create the strategy, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, you have to credit it somewhere. So I'm going to credit it to Very Ape. And as far as his initial idea for the strategy was you went Necropolis First to save 50 wood for a slightly faster tech. You got your crypt, you got your altar, you got sometimes you didn't get the relic, depending on how he was feeling and what map he was on. But generally, you got everything else besides the extra ziggurat. You saved that 50 wood, you had a slightly faster tech, And that slightly faster tech meant 1 or 2 more Gargs by the time that the elf hit tier 2. Which meant that with your 3 or 4 gargoyles, you could go down there and effectively shut down his Ancient of Lures, like, pretty consistently. And as your gargoyle mass began to build up, you could continue to cancel his lures whenever you felt like it, and soon enough, you had enough of an advantage to expand, to creep hard. And by the time you finally did get his lures up, it didn't even really matter because you pushed into an 80-foot army of doom, and it was pretty much game over. If enough people want to see them, I have a ton of replays of using Necropolis First, and I could post them up here, link them to you, or whatever. So, those are the advantages that come with it. If you don't like it, just stop this audio commentary because it's going to be kind of scrubby. There are going to be mistakes. I'm sure you're going to be like, oh my god, you need to micro the acolyte so you get the more gold, or whatever, and I'm just going to be like, whatever. So, yeah. I hope you're at the 15-second mark. I know that's very hard to get to at 8x speed. And we're going to unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. And there it is, the Necropolis and the altar. One fun thing about this strategy is that you actually get to micro your ghouls with this. Orcs and humans get to micro their peons and peasants on the gold line. Elves get to micro their wisps in and out of their gold mine. We get to micro our ghouls. Let me explain this to you for a second. The altar, which is pretty much the only wood building you're building, is 80 wood, and, you start off with, I think 200 lumber as an undead player, so you have 120 left. Which basically means, if your tech is at 210, you're going to need 10 extra lumber at one point. So one thing I do with my ghoul, to save time, because time is of the essence with this strategy, I'll let him whack on the wood and keep returning it normally till he hits 200, and then I'll micro my ghoul after 5 hits of wood, because that'll give you an extra 10 lumber, and that'll allow you to start your tech, a few seconds faster, which will help you getting those crypts up more quickly. And you do this for the first crypt, the second crypt, and ziggurat, because that's what your build order is going to be after for this strategy. After you tech, you're going to get your first crypt, your second crypt, and then your ziggurat, and then your second ziggurat. And for each of those, you should micro your ghoul in and out. I mean, it's not the most important thing, but if you can do it, it helps a lot with the strategy because those seconds add up. Anyway, this is the first part of limiting your exposure. Yes, I have one ghoul. Yes, I'm about to tech, but guess what? He has a Necropolis in his base. He cannot come and push me even if he's scouted my base, and I don't think he has quite yet because I think he went the opposite way with his scout. So he has a Necropolis building in his base. His Demon Hunter's almost done. As soon as Demon Hunters come out, he's going to try and start whacking on that. And if you've noticed, I'm teched already. It's around the 6th dot of day I teched. So, I'm teching. I have one ghoul. I have no hero. And he's out here, whacking on my Acolyte. Now he's going to come back and he's going to whack on this Necropolis. Because, it's pretty much the lesser of two evils. I mean, he could come into my base and try dealing some damage over there and let this Necropolis finish, and I could mass Acolytes, and, that could be fun. Or he could take this out now and hope that he has enough time to deal with me later. But, that's the choice he chooses, to take out this Necropolis. You have the extra gold with the strategy, because early on, you don't really have the wood to be spending it all, and you're going to be wanting to spend it on ghouls anyway early on. So you can waste that, 250 gold. If you cancel it, you'll get 100 of it back. It's not a big deal. Anyway, so that slowed him down considerably.